Kranich took the first 2 games. Kaldi took the next 2. The momentum in this match, Kranich has got to be sweating bullets right now.
Yeah, he has to be sweating, and then, you know, the deck that he's playing the most often is getting checked by what Kaldi is doing most often with Grim Patron, so I got to think Kranich changes it up here, maybe Druid.
We're going to find out because game number 5 is getting underway, our last match of the week, and neither of these players want to end on a sour note. Kranich has queued up what looks to me like Grim Patron, and Kaldi going back to his roots in this one, playing a control deck.
And look, he's got a grin on his face, and if any one of them has a pattern, this is it for Kaldi. He's going to do something like this in game 5. Whenever his back is against the wall, he brings in the control deck, something like Control Warrior, or we've seen this, Handlock, from him late in matches a lot.
Yeah, it's exactly where he wants to be, have the most decisions, have impactful decisions, and also powerful plays.
When it comes to professional card games and stuff like this, players are the most true to themselves in situations like this. When it's, you know, win or go home. Your back is against the wall. I can't afford a loss here. I can't afford to lose with anything but my best.
Yep. Opening hand pretty darn decent for Kaldi. You know, the Ancient Watcher, Sun Fury Protector, going to be able to life tap a bunch. At Harrison Jones, that's a dead first draw.
Unless the Jiraxis thing happens again.
Defender of Argus to add to this. So life taps for a couple turns here. He's really looking for Twilight Drake or Mountain Giant.
Yeah, and these Mortal Coils, they're not that great in this matchup.
Typically not too darn good. Armor Smith, not the best either, but
you do get to kind of, you know, couple them with, you know, Dark Bombs at times.
And Siphon Soul, even in Kaldi's list, you know, he's oftentimes played a little bit more traditional control style, and you're seeing it in that. But now both executes for Kranich. Suddenly this game is looking a little bit more open than it was before. Deathbite just pushed the 4 damage. Not a surprise. Wants to obviously set up some big turns with this.
I mean, how good is Deathbite in this deck? It's so good.
It's just a good card. It's hard to deny a power like that. Twilight Drake picked up here. Does Kranich ever feel like attacking the Twilight Drake is better just to get the Battle Rage cards?
Maybe it's possible, but
you're suddenly looking at a tempo turn now.
Yeah, he could Frothing Berserker here, attack Kaldi's face, get armor out of this, and execute.
Yeah, he's looking for the Battle Rage turn. I don't blame him for this one either.
Yeah, I don't. This is way safer.
Yeah, he gets blown out by Hellfire if he plays it the other way. And again, the damage investment onto himself is strictly from a card draw perspective.
Now, Kaldi, you're seeing a lot of smiling out of him, a lot of laughing and moving around. Do you think this is nerves?
I don't think so at all. I think Kaldi's pretty happy with his position, and sort of the smiling and laughter knows that the fact that with this matchup, a lot of times it is kind of out of your hands. It depends a lot on how the Grim Patron deck actually draws.
Maybe a little like happy, nervous energy.
Yeah, I think he's obviously happy to be in game number 5 here, and I think happy with the matchup as well, but knows that this one is dangerous at every step of the way. Kranich going to set up Harrison Jones to contest this Sludge Belcher.
And I mean, look how serious Kranich has been this whole match too. He knows he can't afford to lose.
Yeah, he's here to win.
Yeah, I gotta say, he's impressed me a lot this season.
Yeah. Kaldi actually not quite falling into a trap here. Had he not Dark Bombed and Mortal Coiled this, it would have been such a good Deathbite turn from Kranich, but able to shut it off and force Kranich to play a little bit more fair in this game.
And look at Kaldi's hand too, just so much action. Kranich's got a good bit too.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Frothing Berserkers and an Execute.
Yeah, this is one of the hands right here that's really dangerous if Kranich ever gets an opening in this game. These Frothing Berserkers, when paired with a Warsong Commander, they can end the game.
Yeah, we're going to see how Kaldi responds to this Gnomish Inventor. It's actually pretty vital in this spot too, because on turn 7, if, say, Kaldi hasn't done anything about this, Deathbite and then run over the 1/2 body is a pretty darn critical turn.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to set up some pretty good turns here for Kranich over the next couple. He's actually looking to end this game in the next 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah, Kaldi's going to taunt this Ancient Watcher. And it looks like Defender of Argus even going to be hitting this Sludge Belcher.
Yeah, man, make it a 3/5. Make it to where it's out of the reach of Deathbite.
Yep. Run over the Gnomish Inventor too. No reason not to. Now Kranich, man, putting together so many tools. If he draws Emperor Thorson, this game's looking questionable for Kaldi.
Yeah, I mean, he still has to get through what's on board. You know, he's only at 30 right now. He's about to take some more damage here. And Kaldi, he's got an antique heal bite. He's got another sludge belcher. You know, he has a siphon soul to take care of himself and a hellfire for a little bit of reach. He might be able to push enough damage over the next 2 or 3 turns if he picks up, say, like a giant here.
Yeah, a giant I think even if he draws Molten Giant, he's just slamming it on the board.
Yeah, you got to get this game over with. You can't give them all the time.
Yep. You know, how much danger is there to adding too much to the board, though? Every single time that you put something else out, you're looking at the possibility of major Frothing Berserker swings.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. You have to control your board enough that something like Frothing Berserker, you know, Warsong Commander, Whirlwind Execute doesn't just kill you.
Yeah, Antique Healbot going to extend his life back up to the sky, but...
Yeah, he picked up a Dark Bomb here, too, so now he's got a little bit more in the range of reach in his hand.
This is looking like a Battle Rage turn, I think.
You think he just goes off of Grim Patrons here in Battle Rages?
I don't know if he necessarily goes off with Grim Patrons, but it's certainly looked like a pretty comfortable position to do so.
I mean, you can just play a Grim Patron, inner rage it, and then attack with Death Spite if you want. You're still holding on to, you know, quite a bit of the combo, but you get to draw a ton of extra cards as well.
Yeah, I think I just like sticking a Grim Patron to the board. You know, executing a 5/6 is in the way right now. You're not too unhappy with that. The big deal here is that he needs to dig for Emperor Thorson. He's got 2 Frothing Berserkers already. You know, really what this comes down to is if he finds a window of opportunity to put together a lot of charge damage here.
That's what he's trying to do right now. He's going to draw a bunch of cards with Battle Rage. He's going to execute this Ancient Watcher and just hope, you know, this just gets through next turn. Picks up an extra Grim Patron here, another Unstable Goal, another Gnomish Inventor.
Yeah, I actually like foregoing the execute here too. You know, maybe there's something bigger that you have to have in your sights.
Yeah, the Ancient Watcher can't attack either, so it's not like he's taking damage off of it. He can, you know, execute it at his leisure.
Yep. Ollie going to use his extra Ancient Watcher here and sweep this board out.
Yeah, this Shadow Flame's going to be great.
Continues to chip away, but he's not really putting that big of a clock on Kranich. It feels like he's got plenty of time to still get this done. Oh, board getting swept, but I don't think he's too unhappy with that. Again, his major concern right now is finding Emperor Thorson and unlocking the potential of his hand.
I think you just got to lead with Gnomish Inventor here, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's mana off of making everything happen.
Yeah, if he draws Emperor, he can actually play here, and of course he does.
Oh, geez. Kaldi is going to have to turn up the heat in these next couple turns because Kranich is going to be looking poised to fully execute his game plan. 2 Falling Berserkers, Warsong Commander, execute, Grim Patron, Whirlwind. You know, the tools are starting to come together.
Yeah, this is the nightmare for Kaldi. You know, you feel the game every turn that it goes by and that you're not, you know, super applying a lot of pressure to Kranich. You feel the game slipping away when they have this many cards, and he's going to be very upset to see this Emperor next turn.
Kranich trying to figure out whether or not...
Does Kranich have a way to kill him next turn without the Emperor?
Not a chance. I don't think so. I mean, it's a possibility.
Not if he doesn't develop another minion here. I think he would have to have another minion in play.
Kaldi would have to just leave everything alone.
Right. If you're Kaldi, how do you play this turn?
I think step 1 is probably trying to simplify your board just a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to get the Sludge Belcher in play, right? Get as many threats in play, push some damage into Kranich, and get a little defensive here because you know hell's about to come.
Now, this Emperor Thorson is going to start making some massive work on this board. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, is Kranich fearing any amount of damage?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. You know, Kaldi has somewhat of a clock in play here. Does he need to do anything to make sure? Because here's the thing, he has to get through both these Taunters as well next turn.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to have a free Whirlwind. He's going to have a free Execute. You know, if he wants to, he's going to have a 1 mana Unstable Ghoul that's going to have charge that he can, you know, attack in with. So where does this 2 damage go?
I'm looking at whether or not he's actually going to play the Acolyte of Pain or whether or not he's going to armor up here. Because this is a pretty big difference in what's happening.
All right, what's the difference between 19 and 21? Kaldi has 7, 10, 12 damage. So he's at 19, and he only needs 7 more. Yeah, like you need 3 cards.
Protection from Defender of Argus and then 2 burn spells. So I think the armoring up is actually pretty important here.
Yeah, Yeah, Kranich having to do a ton of math here because his next turn really complicated. He's going to have to try to win.
Yep, I actually like the attack here as well. Just get some extra damage while you can. Don't let Kaldi have the option of restricting where you place that, because again, his big push is happening next turn. Acidic Swampu's no use right here. So Kaldi's going to be at 25.
Yeah, because you have to believe he's going to Siphon Soul this Emperor, right?
I mean, he could just trade in his minions too. I mean, this is a spot where simplifying his board presence is a big deal right now. I forgot about the Iron Beak Owl silence. 4, 8, 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Does he have lethal?
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about the Iron Beak Owl silence. And that Kaldi spots it though, and he's got lethal this turn. Wow, I completely missed that, and Kaldi did not. That's a major, major difference in this game. I was looking at just how to stay alive through Grim Patron at every step of the way. Wasn't paying enough attention to the lethal damage there. And Kaldi spots it at the very end, completes a reverse sweep over Kranich. 2-0 lead, Kaldi comes back.